Welcome to the Friday edition of FSU Weather. This is the last show for the school year, so we want to use it to feature some of our graduating students. My name is John Ahlquist. I'm the professor who works with these students, and this is kind of a senior show for me too because I'm retiring at the end of this term. I started here at FSU in 1981, straight out of grad school, and then in the fall of 1982, we had our first weathercasting class that I created. So now this marks 40 years of weathercasting classes at Florida State. Currently, we have 5 students who are graduating who are going into TV weather, and I'm proud to say that all 5 have a job before graduation. So that's really quite an accomplishment. It comes from a lot of hard work down in this studio. We'll see some of our other graduating students tonight as well. So what I want to do today to get things started is let's take a look at what's going on with the weather around the area. Doak Campbell Stadium has a clear sky, getting ready for our sunset a little bit later this evening. And the high temperature, well, the temperature out there at Doak is 84, which is close to the high temperature for the day. Currently at the airport, it's close. It's 82 degrees there at the airport. And throughout this area, we're looking at temperatures in the low 80s, with the one exception here being 77 degrees down in Apalachicola, where it's a little bit cooled by the sea breeze. In terms of our muggy meter, how much humidity is the air, measured by the dew point temperature, you can see that a lot of the state is in this smiley, which is fairly dry air. And the only place where we've got any real moisture is down here in South Florida, but that's far away from where we are. We're enjoying these clear, dry days. Tonight in Tallahassee, we're looking at 59 degrees, which is pretty seasonal for this time of year. Clear skies, light wind. Let's see what the rest of the show has in store from our graduating students.
Welcome back to FSU Weather. We want to give a special thank you to Dr. John Ahlquist for kicking off our last show of this day.
Absolutely. I cannot believe it. Last show of the entire semester, actually, on this Friday show. Josh and my final show before we head off, as long as we, pass our final synoptic exam coming this week. But hey, guys, we had a great week this past week for a last week of our FSU Weather show. Very, very warm temperatures as we're nearing those summer days coming up soon as we do near the end of the semester. But we have a good show coming up for you guys.
Right, and looking back on this entire semester and year, Jesse, what happened to be your most memorable weather event that we've covered here at FSU Weather?
We had a great time last semester when we had some of those tropical storms rolling through. I think this semester, too, we got to do some of that live severe weather coverage here in Tallahassee. We had a great time there. Thankfully, didn't see any severe damage here either. What would you say? What would you say about yours?
Right, no, especially that severe weather coverage that we did here. It's definitely helped me. I think same with you as well as when we go into our future ventures in weathercasting. But my favorite was when it got below 20 degrees here in Tallahassee.
That was definitely a memorable event for a lot of us, as most of us can't handle the cold, just like you from South Florida. So
no,
definitely tested your abilities there. We're going to go ahead and pass things off to the wall. We're going to take a look at the local weather here in Tallahassee.
Yeah, y'all, it's great to take a look back on our last memories as graduating seniors on FSU Weather. I'm Jonathan Marcus. I've been on the show since 2019, and this is my last show as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look back at some of our history in Tallahassee. Notice we are above average for both our high and low temperatures, but we are nowhere near our record temperature. So that's a great day to get outside on Landis Green. Nothing but sun in the skies today, 84 degrees at Doak Campbell Stadium right now, where our weather STEM camera is going to pick up a fantastic sunset later on. Clear right now with an easterly wind, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But looking at our current radar, there's a little bit of ground clutter off to our southwest, but no actual shower activity. It's a fantastic evening to get out, walk your dog, do whatever you wish with this gorgeous last Friday of freedom before final exam. So looking at our local current temperatures, low 80s for the majority of the metro area, but Apalachicola, you are the exception as that sea breeze begins to roll in. But taking a look at our wind speed and direction, it is easterly flow, which means we are going to have a high pressure in place, and that is going to result in dew points being a little bit suppressed compared to what they usually are with a lack of southerly flow. It is going to feel fantastic outside for those evening plans. Taking a look at future radar, maybe a cloud scooting on by, but not a lot of rain entering the area as we head into our weekend. It's going to be fantastic news for any of our seniors who want to get out and breathe and enjoy the Tallahassee weather one last time. As we head into tonight's forecast, temperatures are going to dip down into the 60s, a little bit warmer down by the coast, a little bit cooler up into the southern Georgia region, but it's going to be fantastic weather across the entire metro. As we look for tonight, specifically closer to campus in Tallahassee, 59 degrees and clear. That wind is going to drop down as you head into your evening plans. So if you're planning on walking home from any of your evening activities, you're not going to necessarily get blown away. But as you head to the beach tomorrow, because we all know we want to get that last beach trip in, the air and water temperatures are going to be pretty close together. It's not going to be too cold in the water, but we may see a little bit of the winds producing some surf, and I know there is a rip current advisory in effect as you head further west. But one last look from me at your 7-day forecast is going to yield in a very consistent hot and sunny forecast, but we're going to zoom out to the national picture here with Riley.
Yeah, absolutely. We're with Tyler here, maybe a little bit more experienced in the meteorology department, graduating with his master's. But one thing we're not short of today is weather. Maybe on the East Coast where Tyler is, but all the activity is pretty much in the Central Plains. These yellow boxes indicate severe thunderstorm watches.
Yeah, and as Jonathan mentioned, we have pretty much high pressure in place here in the southeast, so we don't really have to worry about too much of that severe weather here locally. But as we move west towards Texas and getting into New Mexico, Colorado, those Midwest regions, the severe weather is going to pick up over there.
Yeah, absolutely, and definitely a lot of rain out on the West Coast, even some snow. There will be some blizzard conditions in the northern portions of Montana and North Dakota. That's all along with this system that is bringing that severe weather to the Central Plains.
Yeah, so let's zoom into the northwest where we have some rain-snow mix for much of our northwestern states, but nothing in the way of severe weather until you start getting into South Dakota where we have those severe thunderstorm watches over Rapid City in southwest South Dakota.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as we head farther out towards the Great Lakes, we do have some storms rolling their way through Chicago right now. Beautiful day if you're out in the Northeast. New York City, clear from that cloud cover. However, if you're heading down to South Jersey, the Jersey Shore, maybe a couple passing clouds here and there.
So yeah, let's take a look at the big picture whenever we're talking about the temperatures here. Because we have that high pressure in place, the southeast is pretty warm. Tallahassee, 82 degrees. Memphis, 84. And as we continue to move west, getting into Dallas, Fort Worth, 86 degrees over there. So much of the south and the southeast, very warm.
Absolutely, Tyler. And it's not hard to spot where that low pressure is today. We can definitely tell it is somewhere in the vicinity of the northern plains because we have that stark contrast in temperature. 87 in Denver, only 46, and some rain in Salt Lake City.
And our lows compared to average, a lot warmer as we get into the eastern part of the country and then moving towards the northwest where we have some of that rain and the low pressure system, as we'd expect some colder temperatures over there.
Absolutely. So we got that cooler air than average on the west side of the low pressure, but we're really feeding into a lot of warmth across much of the east, Midwest, and plains, indicated by all those warm color temperatures. And that coincides with our dew point temperatures today. We are feeling pretty moist in areas like San Antonio, all along the Gulf Coast as you head towards Miami. That 66 degree dew point isn't the muggiest, but you're definitely feeling the air out there.
Yeah, and it's important to note that even though we see some of those lower dew points in Billings, because that dew point temperature is so close to the temperature outside, it is quite moist out there as well.
Absolutely. Still would put on the chapstick if you can in that area. And the cold air could be a little difficult on the breathing sometimes.
Yeah, and if we look at our water vapor here, showing some of the cloud tops that you can associate with severe weather, this is another way to help identify where some of the thunderstorms can be moving through, like we talked about in Chicago.
Yeah, we don't have the perfect squirrel here, but you could definitely tell where that low is, and we're feeding all that southerly air over much of the eastern half of the country, and then getting a little bit closer. Somewhere where they need the rain is actually where they're getting it, out here in the drought-stricken west and portions of Texas.
Yep, and the rain really going to help out in those regions. Really much of the west that's getting the rain really needs it right now.
Absolutely, and how much rain is to come? Not as much in the desert southwest, but we will pick up on some not only rain, but some snow in the northern plains. And then along with some of these storms that are firing up in the southern plains, portions of Texas, including Dallas, Robert will love that, up through Oklahoma, up into Missouri, we're going to see the bulk of that rainfall.
Yep, and we do have an SVC storm outlook for Texas and much of the Midwest. But let's take a look at those temperatures for the end of our national forecast as we close things out here.
And there we go.
Tomorrow's high is going to be pretty warm in the southeast, and then going to get stay pretty cold in the Pacific Northwest.
Enjoy that beach weather on the Gulf Coast, and that is what we have for our national forecast today. But the southeast is getting in on some nice weather as well, Alien.
Yeah, you kind of covered the whole national well. I don't even feel like I have to do the southeast. But southeast is very clear right now. We do have a high pressure system dominating us, so we're not seeing any really cloud development except Gainesville having those partial cumulus clouds right now, but very clear, great conditions throughout the southeast. Like I was saying, we definitely have high pressure over us here. We do have a few clouds out to our west, but not affecting us. We're staying very clear here in the southeast. Our temperatures are in the 80s right now, so we're very warm. Really reaching those summer temperatures that we're going to be experiencing. Probably going to get a little higher soon, but right now, 80s across the entire board. Jacksonville being our low point right now at 78 degrees. Now our dew points, it doesn't feel very muggy here in Tallahassee, but across the southeast, we're staying in that middle range. We have like about a 20 to 30 degree difference between our actual temperature and our dew point. So when you get down more into the south coast of Florida, you're going to feel a little muggier, but right now throughout the southeast, we are sitting very nice and pretty. Upper level water vapor, like I was saying, we're pretty clear, not having a lot of storm tops really coming through. We do have a little bit more moisture coming up from the Gulf between Lake Charles and Houston. With our future radar, we're going to see some storms develop in that area where that Gulf moisture is really pulling up. We're going to have storms develop later in this week around Sunday. We're into Monday and Tuesday, actually, with this band of storms right here, stretching from Dallas, Fort Worth, all the way to Louisville. And you have that cold polar air reaching that warm Gulf air, really starting that storm convergence going on there. Our year of rainfall is going to show us where we're going to see that rainfall really occur. Really out to more of our west near Dallas and Little Rock. The rest of the southeast getting maybe an inch to an inch and a half of rain, but not as much to our west, but still great conditions here in the southeast. Our storm outlook, we're going to see an enhanced risk up in the plains. So, those are the areas you're going to see tornadoes probably spin up potentially. So, but as we make our way to day 2, that risk is going to die down, and it's still going to be in that still kind of same area. But as we go to day 3, we're going to see this marginal risk stretch from St. Louis all the way to the U.S.-Mexico border. And for tonight's lows, we're going to have our temperatures in the 50s and 60s across our region. Still staying pretty warm out west near Shreveport, Jackson, New Orleans, but you get to the center area where you see like around Columbus, Georgia, you're going to be in the 50s, almost 60s, and then you dive into the panhandle, you're going to reach the 60s and 70s. Tomorrow's highs going to be very similar to today. We're going to see those temperatures throughout the 80s to the region. And now I'm going to go ahead and pass things off to Josh Green, where he's going to talk about Florida.
Thank you very much, Ali. And yeah, so let's take things back a little local here in Panama City. Right now, pretty clear skies, beautiful beach afternoon. If you're going out to catch the sunset, no clouds will be hindering your view, so it should be pretty nice out there. For the rest of the peninsula, we do have a couple scattered showers coming through in central and south Florida, but here in North Florida, skies are clear. Beautiful conditions throughout the Panhandle, Tallahassee, just like we saw in Panama City as well. Heading down south a little bit, that's where we see more of that moisture that we picked up on the muggy meter earlier. A few scattered showers coming from offshore into the Miami metropolitan area, as well a bit up north in St. Lucie and Martin County. So if you're down there, expect a few scattered showers, but nothing too severe. Right now, throughout Florida, right now in Tallahassee, 84 degrees, a little cooler at 77 down over in Pensacola. But as you head down south, those temperatures do start to pick up. Our high point, 88 down there in Fort Myers. It's a little bit drier because they haven't seen those showers like West Palm and Miami have, where West Palm we do have a bit of a breeze as well. That's going to keep those temperatures down just a little bit. And here's that muggy meter here in Tallahassee. Conditions are pretty dry, so we've got a nice smile for us. But as we start to head down south, that's where we see those scattered showers bringing in some more humid conditions like Orlando, West Palm and Miami, and Key West. You're going to be a little more muggy down there as we head into the evening hours. Now, over the next 24 hours, that's when we're going to start to see some of these more scattered showers come offshore through the peninsula, especially central Florida, and South Florida is going to see some as well. Here in Tallahassee, we should stay on the dry side. Same thing for the rest of the panhandle as well. So that's good news for us up here. Tonight in Florida, temperatures are going to start to dip down into the 60s here in the Panhandle, but as we go south, those lows are going to be a little bit higher, 74 to 73 in West Palm Beach and Miami. So temperatures will cool off a little bit, but they're still going to be relatively warm. Now, for the next 3 days down in South Florida, we're going to be temperatures in the low to mid 80s, but those rain chances should keep down except for those scattered showers that we might come through, but nothing serious down there. Over in Tampa, temperatures are going to be a bit higher, touching the lower 90s possibly even as we head into latter portions of this weekend, and kicking off your week on Monday next week could be 91 degrees, but those rain chances are going to steer away. Over in Central Florida, temperatures are going to be a little bit lower in the low to mid 80s, but heading towards Monday, that's when it's going to start to pick up as well. Highs in the upper 80s, possibly might touch those 90s. Up in Jacksonville, 78 for tomorrow. Beautiful weekend ahead, nice warm conditions if you want to head to the beach over in Jacksonville. Now over in Tallahassee as well. Oh, that's all. There we go. Oh, that's all we had for our Florida. Sorry, Monday's a lot different than Friday's. My first time. For now, we're going to kick things over to the desk with Allie-Ann and Jonathan. They're going to tell us a little bit about weather alerts.
Yeah, you got a sneak preview of our desk right there with
Josh
those graphics.
Josh was giving away what we were trying to hide from y'all, but surprise.
Yeah, surprise. But we're going to do a little bit of a, what's a show without a Jonathan desk, right? I've been pretty much on the desk for 4 years now. So as we're looking at our weather alerts, just we have a bunch going across the country right now, not necessarily your traditional ones either.
So we're not, really it's more until the central part of the U.S. right now, so southeast staying clear, the west coast staying clear, but that central area around Texas, Nebraska area, we're having a lot of alerts pop up right now.
Yeah, so as the winds are going over the Colorado Rocky Mountains, notice as you head past Denver and into the plains, you're going to see that big red color, and sometimes red means blizzard or winter weather. In this case, it's actually fire.
Yeah, so that's a red flag warning, and that we actually see those wind warnings also outside of it. So that's the areas where if you're going to start a fire, you probably don't need to, because if you do, those winds are going to pick it up and carry that out, and it's going to be a potential for wildfires to spread.
Yeah, we don't want anyone having gender reveal parties with explosives or fireworks, because we have seen wildfires start with those and spread in areas, and we definitely don't want that in highly populated metros like Denver and Colorado Springs, where we're seeing that fire risk today. You don't want to be breathing in those materials.
Yeah, that red flag warning kind of looks like my dress color right now, but we do also see that purple on the screen, which is actually a winter weather advisory. We're nearing into summer almost, and we're still seeing some winter weather out to the west coast.
Yeah, out in the Rockies, the snow is really starting to come in, and then also notice we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in the Texas Panhandle right now.
Yes,
so
we do.
Starting to see a very interesting weather pattern. It's going to be on our synoptic exam this week.
Yes, it will
how
be.
The terrain is affecting it. But we're going to jump right back over to the wall with Riley for a look at how your sports are going to be impacted by weather.
Absolutely, Jonathan, and baseball is happening now versus Clemson. And this is in Clemson, so 80 degrees is our current temperature. We're going to cool down as the sun starts to set. We start to get less of a sun angle, and by 10 p.m. we'll cool down to 71 degrees. So by the end of the game, it'll still be warm enough to not have a jacket, maybe want a little bit of a sweatshirt without some of that sunshine. But softball is also occurring now, 83 degrees, and this is versus Clemson, so I'm assuming that means that is here at FSU. And cheer on that softball team. No clouds in the sky through that 10 p.m. hour. Again, 71 degrees. Probably Clemson then, if it's the same temperatures. Track and field tonight, we will have that in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. 78 at 7 p.m. And we're going to see the temperatures cool down only to 69 degrees by that 11 o'clock hour. Men's golf, 64 degrees at 7 a.m. So this is really early out there in Panama City Beach. So by the time you get to 5 p.m. and things cool down, you can go ahead, or in this case, warm up. You can go to the beach and enjoy the rest of that day. NASCAR, we have some NASCAR games. A lot of these sports are out of my category of watching, but 3 to 7 p.m. we'll be cooling down slightly from the mid-80s to the upper 70s, and wherever Talladega Super Speedway is. And, you know, I'm a football, baseball, basketball kind of guy. NHL, though, I also like the Rangers, so we'll put them on here as well. 7 p.m., the Senators versus the Blue Jackets. 8 p.m., the Kraken versus the Wild. And we have an Avalanche versus Oilers game. Oh, last time I heard about the Oilers was in Houston back in the day. But MLB games, Cardinals, Reds, Guardians, Yankees, Red Sox, Rays, we don't care about any of them. No Mets. And then NBA, the Knicks are out of it. So let's just get on to the next segment with Jesse.
Thank you, Riley, for that sports segment. I'm also a football fan myself, so I can't say. Sport today, we hit a high of 84, so just a tad bit above average or low as well at 61 earlier today. So honestly, some beautiful conditions outside if you did have to get up early to walk your dog or anything this morning. I'm sure you enjoyed kind of a break from the heat that we've been seeing these last few days. And there's that sun beating down our beloved Doak Campbell Stadium. No more games there until the fall, but still looks beautiful as always. We do have some clear skies, still 84, so still a little warm out. I know it's after 6 p.m. We want those temperatures to go down. If you have any fun plans tonight, it is a little breezy as well, so might want to put your hair up if you ladies, if you have any plans for tonight. It's not going to be the calmest night in terms of wind. Now, once again, we do have a little bit on the radar here. This isn't rain, it's actually smoke from a fire, so no rain here in Tallahassee, very clear in the Big Bend region, and currently temperatures all around in the low 80s going into tonight. Once again, a little warm if you ask me. Down by the coast, a little cooler, 77 in Apalachicola. But those temperatures aren't going to go down too much as we go into tonight. The good news is it's not too muggy outside. We've got a smiley face here in Tallahassee. A little bit further west on Pensacola, it is a little muggy over there. And then once again, down in South Florida, honestly seeing some great conditions by the Gulf. Usually they have some sad faces, but pretty dry down there. And then down in Key West, Miami, seeing a little humid there, but really not too bad for us Floridians. We're used to a lot more muggy conditions out there. Tonight's forecast looking at temperatures in the low 60s around the region. Looks like Thomasville might dip below 60. So up there we're seeing temperatures in the high 50s. So that's going to be a good break if you guys want to see some cool weather. Maybe go out tonight, do something fun. It's going to be a clear night for stargazing as well. For our beach forecast down by the beach, 78 and 71 for the water. So those water temperatures are warming up as we near the summer. It's a little breezy, but definitely take a look at that UV index. Wear that sunscreen if you are going to the beach anytime over the next few days. That UV is very high. You do not want to get sunburn as we go into the weekend before finals. Tonight, though, once again, 59, clear here in Tallahassee. It's going to be a little breezy, and then going into tonight, though, looks like we might get some passing clouds, especially to our south, maybe a chance of fog as we go into tomorrow morning. But those easterly winds are just going to be bringing us maybe some clouds, maybe some pop-up showers around, but no need to really stress about your rain jacket. And into the week ahead, we're going to have some hot temperatures as we begin finals week, and our rain chances have gone down as well. So shaping up to be a great week. I'm going to throw things off to the desk with Melissa. Oh, I'm throwing it off to Tyler.
Thanks, Jesse. We're going to take a look at our weekend forecast here for Tallahassee. As we saw with that 7-day forecast, things are going to be pretty warm, but also clear outside, so a great weekend to make any sort of outdoor plans. So our current radar not really showing anything above here on Tallahassee or the Big Bend region. Clear skies, really comfortable, and if you want to go out tonight in College Town, it's going to be very comfortable. Might be one of the last times that we see low temperatures get into the 50s. 59 degrees and clear skies, a little bit breezy with winds coming out of the east at 8 miles per hour. And if you want to take a look at the stars tonight, you have a 61% full moon, waning gibbous, and the viewing conditions are really good because you don't really have those cloudy skies. Sunrise is going to be around 7 a.m. tomorrow. And with all the clear weather here in Tallahassee, no airport delays here, very sunny, still warm, 84 degrees, but as we look internationally, it's pretty much the same trend here except for Denver where we still have some delays, but they're on the lower side, and really clear conditions for most of those cities, not causing too many delays. So for Tallahassee Nights Live, Western Experience at the Moon tomorrow at 7 p.m. Going to be 82 degrees and sunny. You can ignore that rain graphic there. It will be sunny and the sun will begin to set around 7 p.m. So those temperatures will cool off very quickly. And a late night tutoring session on Sunday before finals, going to be 72 degrees inside of that library. Going to be pretty comfortable temperatures whenever you're inside. But if you decide to take a step outside, going to be mostly clear and comfortable as well. Future radar is not going to show you much here in Tallahassee or the rest of the Big Bend region. And so if you want to take your dog for a walk, getting into tonight, going to be pretty comfortable temperatures as well. And let's take a look at that weekend. Really comfortable temperatures all throughout the weekend. Going to get pretty warm as we move throughout the whole weekend. But now I'm going to pass things off to the desk with Melissa and Aaron.
Thanks, Tyler. We're reaching the end of our show here on FSU Weather, the last show of our 2021-2022 leaders. So I am handing over the show today. It has been an honor to be a Friday team leader. I've really enjoyed my time here. And our Friday team has definitely become one giant family in and out of the weather show. So today I'm going to hand my clipboard over. You may recognize him. Our Aaron Saray has always been on the Friday shows this entire year, and I am glad to be able to pass this clipboard down to Aaron.
Thank you, Melissa. First of all, I'm glad to have been able to work with you this past year. You've been a great team leader, been able to learn a lot from you, so very much thank you. Also, thank you to all the on-air student meteorologists as well. You've done a lot as well. And then also for the tech team did that too, to actually make the show possible to you guys at home. So very thankful to be able to work with you guys and very honored to have this clipboard.
It's been an amazing year. We've loved bringing the show to you, producing it, and giving you the weather coverage whenever possible. It's been an awesome year. All the team leaders have had a blast and are glad to see what you guys have next year. But for now, we are going to pass things over and say one last farewell to our seniors.
Thank you very much, Aaron. So up here with me is all six of us. The 6 seniors that have been on the show today that are going to be graduating this spring and this summer. So each of us are going to give a little bio about ourselves and what we're going to be doing after graduation. So I'll go ahead and get us started. Once again, I'm meteorologist Josh Green. I'm going to be joining WCTV here in Tallahassee. So unlike everyone else, I don't have to leave. So I'm not too upset. But nope, signing off finally. Once again, I am meteorologist Josh Green. Thank you very much.
I am meteorologist Allie McCord, no longer student meteorologist. It's really nice to stay, but I'm going to be going to Columbus, Georgia, and doing the weekend weather with weekday fill-ins for WTVM in Columbus, Georgia, News Leader 9. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign off. I am meteorologist Allie McCord signing off and going to pass it off to Jonathan.
Hey y'all, I'm Jonathan Marcus. I've been doing the weather show here since 2019 when I was a sophomore. I joined at the same time as Jesse. And I am going on a little bit of a different path. This summer I'm going to move to Indianapolis, Indiana and work for the weather service there. But then I'm going on to grad school at UNC Chapel Hill where I will be studying southeastern tornadoes. So, meteorologist Jonathan Marcus signing off.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I'm Jessica Kirk. I've been with FSU Weather since 2019 as well. I have always wanted to be a meteorologist. This is very exciting for me. And you guys can catch me on TV if you're in South Texas, Rio Grande Valley at KVEO. So you can catch me there. It's going to be a little warmer than Tallahassee, so I'll have to get used to that. But I'm very excited to be down there and very sad to be signing off for the last time as meteorologist Jessica Kirk.
Hey, I'm meteorologist Tyler Sherrod. I've been here since the beginning of 2019. My senior year got cut off by COVID, so luckily the seniors here have let me come onto their senior show, which is something I was never able to do in my undergrad. Finishing up my master's in meteorology right now, and after graduation I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I've been doing school for a long time, but I'm going to look for jobs in the private sector, maybe with the National Weather Service, whenever I decide to stop relaxing. Now I'm going to pass things off to Riley.
Yeah, and last but not least, of course, right? But I am student meteorologist Riley Winch. I'm not going to jinx it yet. But we do have finals next week, so we get through those first. I'll be starting my career in the Big Apple in New York City. I've accepted a position with ABC News, freelance at this time as a weather producer. So I'll be behind the scenes making the graphics, helping to brief the on-air talent, and really working in my home city, which I never thought would be possible coming out of school. So it's fantastic to have that opportunity. We'll see where that ends up by the end of the career. And I'm meteorologist Riley Winch. So everybody has done a fantastic job, and thank you so much to Dr. Ahlquist, who's retiring with us. What an amazing professor. And with that, just waiting for that final countdown. I thought I saw 10 seconds. And we are all meteorologists. Thank you for joining FSU Weather.